Hey guys, it's Green Zero back here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary, and that's right, Green Zero, where have you been all my life? That's what you guys are saying. Well, I have been very busy indeed, haven't had time to make videos, but have had time to play the odd game here or there on the Revolver server like you do. But we have a 2v2 game here for you today. I'm going to introduce the players before I do a bit more explaining. We have Drive Russian playing as the Nod faction down here in the bottom left. This is a random mirror, but we can see he is Nod Vanilla, and his ally over here playing as Scrin. It's going to be Rex. That's right, it's going to be Rex, who is Travel 59, and that means over here we're going to have Stephen Donald Nashington playing as a Nod faction. We'll have to see what he's going to be. He does have some scouts. He's a Nod Vanilla, and Futurama Russian will finish out our 4 players here. He's got a GDI faction. He will be GDI Vanilles. Engagements in the middle already. Looks like Rex does escape that squad there with his buzzers. So, a few things to say. Welcome to Season 12. That's right, guys. Season 12. I do seasons all the way since the very beginning. Back in 2009 till now, I'm still bringing videos, and again, I know there's been a little bit of a gap and no streaming, but that is about to change. I do have more free time. Expect some streams, expect some tournaments, and expect some videos. Alright, so it's good to be, I wouldn't say back because I never left, but it's good to be able to make some content. I have some time to make some content now, because it's been killing me a little bit. I really want to make some content, especially watching Cybert's videos and watching Lee's videos, and they've been doing a fantastic job there bringing content, and you know, I'm just like, hey, you know, I've sort of let it slip. But anyway, we have a player here which I have not yet really seen, and that's Rex, who is relatively new to the community. Russian intelligence says that he is a Chinese player who's moved to America, but I don't know how reliable Russian intelligence is these days, but that's what Drive Russian has told me. But anyway, what's happening in this game? Nothing much. There's been some scouting, little skirmishes happening, but nothing seriously has taken place just yet. Rex is going to expand. We're going to see he's going to be annoying and take the garrisons. Just being annoying, because you've got to dig that out somehow. The Raider Buggy obviously isn't going to be able to do that, so he's going to just leave and go back across the map and scout. Battle markers over here. Looks like... Futurama does have a foxhole there. I'm not sure if he lost an engineer. I wasn't really paying attention, but maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that Futurama did not lose his engineer, because if he's watching this, people tend to get a bit narky sometimes when you miss things. So, but it is the play of the game. Futurama again is a top tier player now, so people like players like that don't really have anything to worry about. It's a real shame that the Champions League was not able to complete. I mean, we got a decent way through it, but unfortunately that sort of fell apart a little bit there due to unforeseen circumstances. But this game here is heating up now, so we have Nashington here with a few of his forces just meandering around. Squad over there as well, quite large on the radar, that squad. Battle markers over here. Futurama takes a swing at that harvester, but he realizes he's not going to be able to get that, so he backs off before he takes any damage. He's got a few more pit bulls here. Yeah, the war factory there is going to be hard to kill that harvester, especially with the forces he's got there as well. Futurama just going to back off. Nashington joining him in the middle. Blue Tiberium is free for anyone to take right now. I mean, we can see the top team has it sort of somewhat secure with their forces, but they're not actually capitalizing on taking it, not prepared to do that just yet. Scorpion Tank comes out a little bit too far. Will he lose that Scorpion Tank? I reckon he might. He's going to try to go for it. Doesn't quite. Oh, he is going to get that. He's going to get it, but he's going to take some damage in return. Might even get a second tank. We'll get a second tank. And Drive Russian, he's getting 2v1 now. It's only a small force, but I mean, it's wearing down his defenses. And I mean, these Scorpion Tanks, though, looks like, yeah, they're actually going to push back now. With the free repairs, with the War Factory right there, going to be hard for those lighter units to crack. Rex has a few units, well, actually a lot of units, doesn't he? He's sort of swelled. Big scan comes down, they see it coming, but they've only got mere seconds to react to this, and Nashington, he didn't even have a shredder turret queued. Oh man, he's in a lot of trouble. Here comes the lightning spike. There's a turret from Futurama, but it's just a singular turret. It's not going to be able to stop these disintegrator squads from moving into the base. Another turret comes down, and the shredder turret pulling all the harvesters back. Fantastic play there. We can see a dead harvester right there, so he's taken losses, and he's losing mining time, but at least those harvesters will not be destroyed once he holds this attack, which he should be able to, because it's just going to be disintegrators and some seekers there, and he should eventually be able to push those back. And Rex knows it as well. He's actually going to retreat with most of his vehicle, pretty much all of his vehicles intact, if you count these units as screen vehicles. They're sort of biologicals, I guess, but you guys know what I mean. And there we go. APM, we're just finishing. Not in time for that fight, though. And these harvesters will go back to work. Only 2 harvesters here. Not sure if he's pulled some of them back. A few squads up there. What's happening? Yeah, he's got 5 on his main. And Nashington might want to replenish some of those forces. Meanwhile, Rex sort of just doing whatever he wants there. And we have some units being destroyed. Raider Buggy trying to scout. Futurama will cut that off. They're going to spot the disintegrator run by on the bottom side. And more units going to come down. APMO going to cause some problems for him. We'll be able to overrun that quite nicely. What's happening up here? Drive just meandering around. So aside from Rex's big push into Nashington's field, not a lot happening here. This will be cleaned up pretty easily, I'd imagine. He's going to get a tank, but that's about it. That harvester pretty badly damaged. Not going to go down. Venoms are coming out. I mean, he's definitely like, when you're against Travel 59, you can see Nod will tend to build to Venoms against them because they're quite good. Rex now has tier 3, is going to go for an upgrade. Drive Russian, has to deal with these hammerheads here from Futurama Russian. He's actually got that garrison, but it's just a single rocket squad that can fire air, so they're going to overrun. Oh, Stealth Tank comes in, should be a kill. Nice there. He gets one of those hammerheads. Hammerheads very pesky, but Stealth Tanks, I mean, as much as some people try to think that hammerheads counter Stealth Tanks, they absolutely do not. You've got like a 99% chance of losing that fight, so only do it if you absolutely have no choice. It just doesn't turn out well. Devastator warship comes out, and he's going to use the terrain to his advantage here, I think. Oh, no, not quite. I was going to say he could move forward and then just bombard. Oh, what is happening over there? A flame tank gets in, and that's the end of the air tower. Looks like he lost his tier 2 as well. And this is from Drive Russian. That must have snaked its way all the way around the map. Venoms now, oh, they were sort of responding, but beam cannons have been built by Nashington, and he still hasn't dealt with this flame tank. He needs to do something about that right now. He's losing so many power plants as well. I mean, his flame tank's definitely paid for itself. These Scorp tanks will finally clean it up. Battle markers over here. We have a beam cannon on the wrong side of the terrain here, and that's going to be an easy beam, well, not beam kill, but kill of a beam kill, whatever you like to think. And these 2 Devastator warships, there's actually no AA, and they actually drop another structure. Didn't even see what that was. He's actually going to just 2-shot this war factory here, and that's going to be really bad for Nashington. It's going to go down, but meanwhile, these beam cannons are being forced back because they just hit a wall of disintegrators, and the Seekers and Gunwalkers are still there. And these beam cannons are just terrible in this situation. They're just not good. Oh, he's actually mind-controlled these beam cannons. There must be a prodigy somewhere. Meanwhile, battle markers up here. Looks like Futurama is getting mind-dropped there, but nothing too serious. Most of the fighting is down here. We'll reclaim his beam cannons from the mind control, but I mean, he's down to 4. I mean, he's got 6 still, which is pretty good. But I think the hexapod... Oh no, did he stop the hexapod from coming out? Unless it's already out on the field. No, I don't see it. He may have... Oh my god, there is a big fight happening up here. So Futurama is being pushed hard by Drive Russian. He's got laser tanks, but there is a Marv there. There's Juggernauts behind buildings. The Juggernauts will ultimately fall, but the Hammerheads, there's nothing to stop them. They will gradually, over time, destroy the Scorpion tanks. And I don't know if that was worth it for Drive Russian. I mean, he lost a lot of tanks there. There's stealth tanks in there, actually. He gets one of the stealth tanks. He might actually be able to just overrun the stealth tanks because they don't have Tib Core. That's actually noticeable in that fight there. He's got Venoms as well, and the Venoms has lasers, so yeah, see you later. He needs some AA. He's going to have to run them over to this turret. And these Venoms, actually a couple of Pitbulls there, thankfully, because otherwise he could have probably just tanked that turret. Battle markers over there as well, so Rex must have lost his Eradicate Hexpod, but meanwhile, these guys just absolutely going at it. Drive is not fussed at all. He's just going in and fully committing, but the Marv has a lot of health on it still. It's got a lot of health on it. There's not much else here aside from a couple of tanks on the ground. A Juggernaut will come out. The Redeemer's actually pretty badly damaged, and now these tanks are all evaporating because the Marv is just railing them down. Oh my god, these tanks do not have a lot of armor against the Marv. And he might be able to get this. He needs one more Sonic shot, I reckon. One more shot there. He might be able to get it. Oh, he gets it with the last shot. It would have been tight as well. So Redeemer is down. Huge setback for Drive losing that because he does not have an expansion, by the way. It's not expanded down there. Neither side is expanded down there. We can see some beam venom venoming happening here. And he's actually using it to shoot down the Devastator warships, which is very clever. Unfortunately, we'll be losing a few of those venoms. Rex trying to stabilize, but he's going back for a hexapod again, but he's not actually building it. He's not yet expanded. So this is the thing for the left hand side team. Drive and Rex, they've not expanded beyond their original expansions, whereas we can see that Futurama, he's got no refs down here, but you can see he's harvested a big chunk. Now he's got refs down here. Nash hasn't made a play for the bottom field. I think Rex or Drive, they need to make a play for the bottom field pretty soon, because I don't think Drive can push Futurama off the top of the map. I mean, there's a Marv there, there's 2 Juggernauts, there's some base, a bit of basing going on there. Oh, we got the very awkward looking beam venom happening there. And he's just going to teleport directly into the beam cannons and a huge buzzer swarm on the left flank. Nash is in all sorts of trouble. I mean, Nash may just fall. He hasn't been able to make the beam cannons work for him. There's even a stealth tank there. Actually, the stealth tank's going to get popped. Look at that. So that was I don't think he was expecting them to fight back there. Beam cannons, again, have artillery range, and they're very cheap. They're only $1,000, which is not super cheap, but it's still not that expensive. If you can mass enough of them up, you can do some pretty serious work. And he's going to actually drop the stealth tower as well. There's a sonic emitter there. It's fantastic positioning from the sonic emitter, but needs to be shooting at the tripods, not at the gun walkers. Teleports directly into the beams again. Going to get some crushes off Futurama. He's going to have to send someone in, and there is the MCV capture. Oh my god, you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. And Nash is just being brutalized now. And he actually captured the war factory as well with the engineer, so that was insane. Nash's base here, I mean, Futurama can't even drop any further base defenses, but I mean, they really weren't going to hold anyway. He still somehow has some of these beam cannons over here, but I mean, it's not enough to DPS the hexapod down quickly enough. That might be a good play though. Mine drop directly on the hexapod, and this sonic emitter is actually firing, and he forces the phase. Forces the phase out. That's the end of it. That sonic emitter will fall momentarily because there's devastator warships here. Drive is sending in forces. We got a battle marker up here as well. Looks like he captured a refinery with the Prodigy. Okay, not a huge target there, because when you sell a refinery, you don't get much money at all for it. And he doesn't need that refinery anyway because that field is dry. So, oh, there we go. Those hammerheads just come in and instantly delete the Prodigy there. He didn't even see that coming. Drone ship was teleported forward. He's got the plasma missile batteries, trying to get out of there. Venoms are there as well. Actually, Venoms from both sides, from Nash and from Futurama. Not from Futurama, sorry, Drive. But meanwhile, Nash is completely fallen, and he's actually still in the game. But I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why he's still in the game. He might as well just tap out of this game. Drive is now making a play for the bottom right, because why the hell not? He's making a play for the bottom. There we go. So Nash he's tapped out, which means Futurama is in a 2v1 situation. And I did not notice this, but Futurama has been coming up the left-hand side, and he's completely caught out this entire part of the map. So there is still hope for Futurama to 2v1 this. I mean, look at his mining operations. He's got plenty of harvesters. He's got 2 ref. He could even put a 3rd ref. Doesn't have that spike there, unfortunately. Drive, though, is moving up. He's going to drop that sonic emitter because he just wants to make it difficult for Drive to get that. Oh, that sonic shot will go right through and miss everything. Okay, that's not good. He should be able to get another good shot. Oh, there we go. Hits a couple of tanks that time. But, I mean, this sonic emitter is going to be overrun. Oh, it even changes targets. They have a habit of doing that for no reason. He's going to make sure this building is cleaned up so there's no build raiders here for Drive. That's going to go down. And then he clears out that area. Meanwhile, the Marv is making a play down here. There's 2 Devastator warships. Manages to get a sonic emitter on the low ground. That is look at that. It's even flattened out some of the terrain there. Oh, a lot of damage on the MCV because there's 2 Devastator warships. There's actually no anti-aircraft here. Oh my god, he just completely drops the MCV, and that is huge as well. I'm not sure if Futurama can afford to rebuild that. I'm assuming he does have a war factory, but I really want to see how this fight goes. He's actually going to... He doesn't even care. He's going to move down this slope, and he's going to get to the bottom, and he's got Juggernauts, and the Juggernauts are very well protected. It's a lot of Juggernauts there. Oh my god, there's like 9 Juggernauts there, and that Hexapod has to teleport away because otherwise he would have been destroyed, almost destroyed in 2 volleys. Actually, more Juggernauts. Another one coming off to the left flank here. Nothing much to stop the Marv, and we have the Veterancy on the Marv as well, which is really not good because it just amplifies the damage and the health. Meanwhile, Drive is moving through this area. He is destroying everything that's over here. There's actually nothing much to defend here. There's no air forces. He does have an does not have an MCV, but he has a war factory, but he's not rebuilding an MCV. I think Futurama needs to realize that if he wants to win this game, he's probably going to need an MCV. I don't think he can hope to beat these guys without one. He's just going to continue to teleport that Hexapod further and further away. APCs get that Devastator. That's critical because he cannot rebuild these. He's actually got a tech center, so maybe he can. Maybe he can, but he's going to move away. He's got Traveler engines. Those Devastators will move a bit quicker than normal. But again, hasn't done much to stop. He's trying to pump out rocket squads and towers to deal with these Scorpion tanks. I mean, eventually they might be able to deal with it if he doesn't focus the towers down, but they're just not that great against that type of armor. Meanwhile, massive, I was going to say mind control, but just a single Juggernaut. He has phased the Hexapod. That was actually a quick phase. He only just recently phased that. Gets the teleport off, gets the EMP on the Marv, and now he has to go and save his Marv. He's got some units here. He's going to shoot at the... He gets the Prodigy. Rex not paying too much attention. Powers back up the Marv. We'll get that tripod. Oh, it's coming up Futurama right now. Not over here, though, because he's lost a few more units. All the Corruptors are dead. This is the thing. Once the phase wears off, he's actually missing a garrison. He can't really hope to destroy the ground army with just the Hexapod alone. He might not even be able to get away. Yeah, he's actually going to get away. Oh, and this is the thing. Oh, he didn't rebuild an MCV. Oh, actually, no, he does have an MCV. What game am I watching, you guys? What game am I watching? These Scorpion tanks will come over here, but you know what? There's not enough of them, and I think these Juggernauts can just splash them around, and we'll eventually get them. Yeah, I mean, he's only got 2 left here. The Marv is not stopping. Oh my god, he's got an elite Marv. This is going to be so incredibly difficult to stop, just because it's going to be so much more buff than what it was before, and Scorpion tanks aren't going to cut it. I mean, look at that. Rex has to lift off. He's going to lift off the MCV. These forces were destroyed. Heroic Scorpion tank. That's not good. There's actually 2 elite Scorpion tanks there, so look out. I think Futurama needs to put down some air. Actually, Futurama's in a bit of trouble because his base is over here. But his armies... Oh, he's got a heroic Marv. Oh my god, he's got a heroic Marv. First game back of the season, he's got a... we've seen a heroic Marv already. What's happening down here? Oh my god, there's a base down here. Futurama has a base down there, and so does Drive. That is weird. I don't know what's going on over there, but I think this base is going to be under threat. Yeah, there's a Devastator that's still alive. Takes out the last turret, which means there's no AA. I mean, Futurama must have no... He's going to lose his buildings. He's going to lose his buildings. He's actually going to have to come down here. He does technically have these buildings, so he's going to be okay, but he needs to put a crane down. I don't think he has any money to his name. I just want to have a look and see. He's only got 800 bucks, so yeah, he doesn't have enough to really do anything. This MCV will ultimately fall. But he will come down here and he will clean this area up. So, but Drive's MCV did escape, I believe. Yeah, it's up here. And Rex's MCV also, I believe, managed to escape. I'm not entirely sure where it is. There it is, it's up here. So this is what I'm not liking, because, oh, Futurama, while he has a ground army which is basically impervious to what they have, it's going to have to leave this base. And when it does, they can just kill these last 2 buildings. These buildings have virtually no armor on them. They can destroy them with just about anything. Oh my god, he just sold out of the game. I think he realized that he was not going to win. You're thinking he's got a heroic Marv and Juggernauts, but that's the thing. He can't leave those buildings. When he leaves, he's just going to go around and kill it. So, I mean, Futurama sort of just accepted that. Didn't probably play out the last part of that game very well. He almost pulled off the 2v1 there, but unfortunately, Nash not doing too well at all in that game. That was unfortunate, but anyway, hope you all enjoyed that video. My name is Green Zero. I'm going to do my best to bring you some more Kane's Wrath action as often as I can. Stay tuned to my channel. I'm still making content, and I'll see you all in the next video.